Yes, I am aware of it. That is not new to me. I wasn't the first to say it, I thought. I suppose that people interpret my statements differently since they believe me so much. At that point, it's not like it's no longer rap. Music. It's odd that you would put it that way, but I am aware that you mentioned Jay-Z's record, which you are aware of, and I admire the plan behind it all. I'm glad I don't have a record out with that on it, though, because I would look really attractive. Do you understand what I mean? I'm hot. And one more, historically, I have never dealt with anything that mentions me. Let's head over there. So chilly. It's visible in his eye. The boy soul demon claimed that you can't touch this, and that most people only remember MC Hammer for his dancing and parachute trousers. In the early 1990s, he was everywhere. However, many people are unaware of the extent of the industry's animosity toward Hammer and how it affected not only him but also his whole family. Akiba Burrell Hammer, one of Hammer's children, is now coming out about what actually happened and criticizing the music industry and other well-known hip-hop figures for trying to erase Hammer's legacy and pushing him out. Naturally, Jay-Z's name appears frequently throughout this narrative. He made fun of Hammer for going bankrupt in a phrase from a song back in 2010. It struck a nerve even though it appeared to be a brief jab. Additionally, the industry had previously attempted to turn Hammer into a joke. The problem is that Hammer was more than just a wealthy rapper. He was among the first people to popularize hip-hop. He was touring the world, getting big endorsement deals, helping his community, and creating a company that helped a lot of people. However, that was no longer respected after a while. There is also a larger tale here about how the industry determines who is pushed out and who is kept relevant. And now, from their family's point of view, Hammer's daughter is revealing what that looked like on the inside. Let's dissect it. I'll take care of it anyway if you're referring to the way I eat. Thus, let's now discuss the point at when Jay and Hammer's disagreement truly erupted. Jay-Z contributed a verse to Kanye's song So Appalled in 2010. And there was one statement that struck a distinct chord, even though most people were preoccupied with his typical cockiness and boasting. Jay replied, "Hammer went broke, so you know I'm more focused. I can't be harmed by 30 million, unlike Hammer." Jay was making fun of Hammer's loss of wealth and bringing up Hammer's previous financial difficulties. In 1996, Hammer declared bankruptcy, citing debts totaling more than $13 million. Jay is basically showing that, unlike Hammer, he is wealthy and business savvy enough to recover even if he loses $30 million. Now, the persistent media narrative claimed that Hammer wasted $30 million due to carelessness and excessive expenditure. However, Hammer then clarified that he was attempting to assist his community and create jobs, which is why he had to declare bankruptcy. Everyone was aware that I employed 200 people. There was no secret. What do you suppose I was giving them? In hamburgers? That payroll was being paid by someone. That's what I was doing. To summarize, MC Hammer simply snatched his money when he realized that I was hiring 200 members of my community. Compared to me, it spoke more about you. We were going to die. It's the real deal. It isn't phony. Check out the rate that was in effect at the time in my city. My neighbors and classmates were among those who were dying. I would genuinely call home when I had the Hammer thing. I would be traveling. I make a house call. "Hey, what's John doing?" I asked. "What do you mean by John's actions?" "John dead." "What do you mean John is dead?" I asked. 2 weeks ago, I spoke with him. "Yes. John is dead," he said. Additionally, John lived 2 homes up from Sam. Then let me talk to Sam. "Sam, hello. Guy, remove this guy? Why?" "Why don't you join me out here on the road, man?" I asked. "Every year I can offer you $30,000. I am unable to provide you with what you are earning on the block. However, I can't let you continue your current behavior. Dude, you and the very cats we grew up with, that is. Well, 10 became 20. And this is the MC Hammer narrative that was never discussed. One of the rare performers who truly gives back to his community, not only when it enhances his reputation, is him. You should also be aware that Hammer does not remain silent when his legacy is disrespected. Days after Jay-Z said that to So, Paul Hammer was criticizing Jay and claiming that he had gone too far. And the joke wasn't the only thing that made him angry. He perceived it as a component of a larger pattern. For example, Why is it so simple for the industry to make fun of his financial rules while ignoring the ways he sought to assist his people and change the game? You are all aware of what this is and how I feel. I want you to be right here with me now that your stuff is over and you're going to come out here. I'm not trying to hide. Hammer took it a step further, though. Better Run. Run is a complete diss track that he released. Additionally, he depicted Jay-Z as having a devilish agenda in the video. Literally. It's visible in his eye, the soul of the boy. "I'm going to give you the world," replied the devil. "I understand. Give me a girl too. Can you offer me a sign, Mr. Devil?" "Get up," he said. "To improve, let's also discuss the lyrics." Hammer raps. His eyes showed it to me. The boy's soul was sold. "I'm going to give you the world," replied the devil. "I'll accept it. Give me a girl too. Can you offer me a sign, Mr. Devil?" "Throw the rock up," he urged. "I have one of those." Hammer is suggesting that Jay-Z's well-known diamond-shaped rock sign is essentially a variation of the triangle pyramid symbol or the Masonic hand sign. Additionally, there is the video's visual symbolism. Someone in a demon is pursuing a Jay-Z impersonator as they race through a woodland. It reminds me of Bohemian Grove or the Illuminati. What's even more significant than this video, though? The reason for this is that Jay-Z didn't reply. Essentially sums it up. Now, Jay's admirers dismissed it with a laugh, claiming that Hammer's CD was so cheesy that Jay was too ashamed to reply. Even if that is the case, Hammer is different from Jay because he is real. Jay-Z avoids men in public and hides behind the microphone. Conversely, Hammer. Well, let's just say that the biggest gangster rappers don't have to rap about their gangster status. You see, many people, particularly younger admirers, miss this. They believe Hammer was weak based on the dancing, the ostentatious attire, and the 2 films of people quitting. However, that couldn't be further removed from reality. When Hammer was at his best, he was actually one of the most feared and respected men in the game. Not because of the way he raped, but rather because of his movements and relationships. Man, Hammer was a large dog. In the streets, he was respected. He was from a well-respected crew. They took care of business. He didn't spend any money, nor did his brother Lewis or the crew. Hammer had the opportunity to toast a few folks to him. Hammer would not be required to pay, and I am aware of his affiliations. We're from Oakland. You're talking about hammers, Run up on it, though. Your ass was hammered. You beat your mother's ass, I'll wager. Approach Hammer. That damned MC Hammer takes his beef very seriously. Oh, will you mention my dancing pants? I recognize you. He will also whoop out. And I'll never treat Hammer disrespectfully again after Redman's interview. Hammer had a strong connection to the streets, particularly in Oakland. Hammer had already spent time with real hitters prior to his notoriety. In real life as much as in music videos, he ran with real gangsters. And he didn't abandon that when he blew up. His folks accompanied him. He paid them. Bodyguards weren't the only members of his security detail. People were the ones who grew up with him. Individuals with established reputations. I had never seen anything like his entourage in my life. As if there were actually 100 people. Probably more than 100 people. In reality, he was that way with everyone. Dancers, gangsters, girls, and guys. Everyone. I went straight after Hammer because they claimed he was that real, and he was. He was loaded. Since